Hi, it's your old pal Life the Impaler. Like my Halloween costume? I'm going as a middle-aged white guy with too much free time and too many juggling t-shirts. This is my preview video for the Coin Hunt World 2022 Halloween event. In terms of event mechanics, this might be the most complicated event since last Christmas. Let's get started. But first, two big caveats. I wasn't around for the 2021 Halloween event. I literally started playing 1 week after it finished. So all the information that I'm presenting here was pulled from the ever-reliable Coin Hunt World Wiki and also from a couple people in the Minnesota Discord who were kind enough to summarize their memories of the event. And there is literally one video on YouTube showing gameplay from the 2021 event, and it doesn't even show a cauldron. Thanks, ladies. So that's what I had to work with to patch together this hopefully accurate, but I'm not making any promises preview video. Also, spoiler alert, I have no beans in this video. Illusion Weaver wanted to keep this event a surprise, so I have nothing earth-shattering to share, but don't click away yet, especially if you weren't around for last year, because I still have a lot of important information to share. The event starts at midnight UTC on October 25th and ends at midnight UTC on November 1st. For those of us in North America, that is the evening of October 24th through the evening of October 31st. The event will have Halloween-related trivia questions, so if you haven't already, get on the Coin Hunt World Wiki and start studying. There will be 3 returning cubies for this year, the common pumpkin cubie and the rare mummy and monster cubies. And returning along with them will be their resources: rusty bolts, chunks of flesh, gross, dusty rags, and pumpkin seeds. There will also be 4 new cubies this year, a common cubie and 3 epic cubies. There's no word yet on what those cubies might be, but the rumor/wishful thinking is that one of them will be a zombie. Of course, there's no word on any new resources, but with 4 returning resources, adding many more resources is just going to make our lives that much more difficult. I mean, look at all the resources from last year. How did anyone print anything? QB blueprints will only drop from Cauldrons. At least that's the way it was last year. With the addition of a quest chain this year, we might get 1 or more blueprints from the quest chain. We'll just have to wait and see. As always, if you have one of the returning blueprints from last year or you got it in the auction house, that blueprint will not drop for you this year. The main event mechanic from last year were the Cauldrons, and they are returning this year. Here's how they work. Getting a cauldron to spawn is pretty straightforward. You just play the game and sooner or later a cauldron spawns. You'll know when a cauldron spawns because one of those messages will appear in the upper right-hand corner telling you so, and a radar-like ping will appear, like the ones we have for buddy quests. And then you just follow that ping to the cauldron. The pings will have different colors depending on the rarity of the cauldron. The colors are a yellow ping for a common cauldron, a red ping for a rare, and a purple ping for an epic. Any player can interact with any cauldron, but only the player that spawned that cauldron will see the ping. That means we're going to have to work together, folks. More on that in a minute. Any rarity of cauldron can spawn from any old blue vault. However, the event progression will limit the number of rare and epic cauldrons in the beginning. Now the bad news. There is a cooldown period for spawning cauldrons. In short, if you spawn a cauldron, you can't spawn another one until the first one goes away. And cauldrons last for 8 hours. Except for the common cauldrons, those only last for 1 hour. Common cauldrons will spawn no matter what QB skin you're wearing, but to spawn a rare or epic cauldron, you're going to have to wear a Halloween event QB. The same goes for interacting with cauldrons. You can be wearing any old QB to interact with a common cauldron, but in order to interact with a rare or epic cauldron, you're going to have to wear a rare or epic Halloween event QB. Did you get all that? Last year, nimble people had a better chance of spawning a cauldron, and one can assume that the same will be true for this year. Nimble people mean walkers, runners, cyclists, and so forth. In other words, if you're hunting in a car, you're not going to spawn many cauldrons. And it gets better. Walkers can spawn common, rare, and epic cauldrons. Cyclists can only spawn common and rare cauldrons, and drivers will only be able to spawn common cauldrons. Finally, last year you had to hunt for a minimum of 15 minutes in order to spawn a cauldron, so it's safe to assume that's going to be true this year as well. To interact with a cauldron, you have to get near it like any regular vault, and then you stir the stew by drawing a circle around the cauldron until it opens. After it opens, you'll be prompted to deposit a key, and then you get your event resources. Common cauldrons take a blue key, rare cauldrons take a green key, and epic cauldrons take a yellow key. And before you ask, you can't interact with the same cauldron more than once. It's just one and done until the next cauldron. Last year, the event had 4 phases. In phase 1, only common cauldrons spawn, and again, those only last for an hour. When enough players are wearing the common Halloween cubies, we go into phase 2. We should get to phase 2 within the first 24 hours. Unless you all are being lazy, then who knows? In phase 2, players can spawn rare cauldrons and common cauldrons. Again, to interact with a rare cauldron, you need to be wearing at least a common Halloween cubie skin or better. If your RNG was somehow complete garbage and you didn't get the common cubie blueprint drop yet, during phase 2, the very first common cauldron that you interact with will have a guaranteed common cubie blueprint drop. A certain number of players must be wearing rare or epic Halloween cubies before phase 3 will begin. In phase 3, your resource drop bundles will increase in size and your chance for spawning a rare cauldron increases. In phase 4, your resource drop bundle size increases again and you have a better chance at spawning an epic cauldron. Last year, apparently you had to walk a certain distance before a cauldron would spawn. According to the wiki, that was somewhere between 500 meters and 1 kilometer. For the Americans, that's somewhere between 550 yards and 1,100 yards. If you were on a bike or in a car, those distances increased dramatically. As I mentioned previously, only the person that spawns a cauldron will have the radar ping to find that cauldron. Other players will be able to see those cauldrons if they happen to be in the immediate vicinity, but otherwise they will have no idea where and when cauldrons spawn. So while it's not required, this event can be greatly improved with community teamwork. That means announcing cauldrons on your local Discord server. You can probably skip announcing the common cauldrons since those disappear in an hour, but you're definitely going to want to announce the rare and epic cauldrons when and where they spawn. That way your local community will have 8 hours to get over there and you'll be a hero. While we're all running around after cauldrons, there will also be a quest chain to work on. Again, we have no idea if it's going to be an RNG-based quest chain or an effort-based quest chain, but considering how popular the combination RNG and effort-based quest chain was during the QB Air event, let's hope they do that again. If you don't know what a quest chain is, I made a video for that too. With 3 new epic cubies coming in this event, my guess is at least one of them will come from the quest chain. Worst case scenario, there's another randomizer epic QB blueprint and we'll all have to kill ourselves running around to get enough resources for multiple printings and probably lots of duplicates. Good luck! And that's everything I know about the Coin Hunt World 2022 Halloween event. If I got anything wrong, I blame everyone but me. As always, please like and subscribe, and if you're new to Coin Hunt World and haven't reached level 3 with your headquarters yet, consider using my referral code. Doing so will get free loot for both you and me.